What the shit? Hello, hello. What's up? I feel like 5 minutes was enough to give time for people to join in. The coffee cup we have today is, I usually use this for tea, but I haven't been drinking tea lately. And I like it because on the inside it says stay curious. My nails look horrible. Again, I was trying to be a long nail girly. These two and this one are the only ones that have successfully like grown out. This one I've broken twice. I think this one I've also broken twice. And I don't know. Each nail has its own story. I haven't given up yet. I do think I want to like trim this one though. Just seems like a little, I don't know. Anyways, let me stop fixating on my nails. It's probably worth a mention though, considering you're zoomed in on my nails for a few hours at a time. Coffee and the Forever Medallion. That's good. Getting that done. I forgot to plug in my phone. I connected the cord, put it where it needs to go. Never actually plugged it in. All right, so there's nothing really else for me to share. So far, my week off of work has been really nice. I got some filming done yesterday, so I can have a video going up soon. I'm super excited about it. Gonna edit it after stream today and then film 2 more videos tomorrow. So they say, you know, the reason I don't have any work is because I work at a school. So the spring break is right now, and I'm on spring break basically. I'm just not taking a break. I'm just devoting all my time to my side hustles now. Been streaming on the YouTube, making videos, and working on my Twitch. It's fun. So yeah, I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera. This is what we got working on today. Well, a recap of what we finished yesterday. I'm actually starting to forget what we finished yesterday. I want to say we did the outline of the crown yesterday, or was that the day before? I don't know. I'm losing track now. Did another row around the outer edge of the medallion. And then instead of continuing to go round and round and round, I started filling in this one section here. I don't know, it helps my brain to just see a little bit more fill up than to keep seeing emptiness until it's full. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, so today is just gonna be working on this black filling, trying to get as much of that filled out as possible. There is an evening stream tonight. I forgot to mention that right at the beginning. 6 to 8 p.m. EST. Just so those evening folks, those people that can't make it, noon to 2, they're able to come join and hang out. And I get more of this done. So it's a win-win situation in my book. So hopefully, if not today, then tomorrow this fill will be done and I can start like cutting it out and putting the medallion together. And once those things get cut out, then it's time for the edging. And I'm already beginning, I haven't fully decided what I want to do for the edging, if it's going to be like a wrap stitch or what, as well as what colors. I guess in the beginning of this project, what I was envisioning was just doing a full black edge as well. But a part of me kind of wants to incorporate this orange and green in some way on the edging. Just having like a sprinkle of color seems like it would be cool. I just lit a candle. I don't know if I can tip it while it's lit. Jasmine and peony. It smells so good. And it's also locally made in Redyard, Michigan, which is like 20-minute drive away from me. My mom makes cups, and she mostly like sells online and stuff, but she also likes to go to a lot of craft fairs to have booths to sell her cups. So when she's at these craft fairs, sometimes she spots things that she picks up as gifts. That's one of them, the candle. She definitely got the scent right. I love the floral fruity scents or like food scents, like there'll be like sugar cookie or whatever. I like the floral ones, or the like I also like the scents that are like, oh my god, I keep saying the word like. I also enjoy the scents that are akin to like linens, or I don't know. I don't know what the candle garden rain, what the actual scent is. Stuff like that though. Breeze. Summer breeze. I stayed up so late last night though. Much later than I meant to. I have a friend who puts on shows, like basement shows, DIY shows. And it's usually, the music is kind of varied. It's, in general, it's rock music, but sometimes it might be a little more, like some bands will be a little more punk, some will be a little more, I don't know, indie. There's variation. But he also likes to do cool posters for his shows. A lot of DIY shows are like that. And he asked me if he could have an artist draw my face. And I was like, hell yeah. Actually, the last poster that he did was of another friend of his face. And it was so cool. And I was like, yes, please, I'd love it. This is an honor. So he gave me some instructions of like what he was looking for. And I didn't want to take the photos at night. Or I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't want to take them during the day. I wanted to take them at night. But my my video game, like I had plans to do the photos last night. And the photos are like to send the artist so that the artist can use them as a reference. But I was stuck on a boss last night, so I could not turn off my video game until finally I was like, I absolutely need to sign off and go. So yeah, I did my makeup for these photos at midnight. And didn't get to bed till like 2. It was kind of, I'm super late getting them to him because there was a bit of a miscommunication. I don't know on whose part, probably on mine, I'm an idiot, but he approached me about this back in February, and I was like, hell yeah. And I thought, because we were Instagram buddies, so I thought that he was just, like, he got my permission and, like, he was just gonna go and, I don't know, maybe find a photo off of my Instagram and then send that to the artist and be like, draw this bitch, mess up her face. But then he approached me the other night when we were out at the same show, and he was like, do you remember when I asked you, like, if I could have an artist draw your face, and I asked you to send in photos? And I was like, what? I remember you asking me about it, but I swear I don't recall you asking me to send you photos. Now I feel terrible. I would have had that done forever ago. So I felt like I needed to get them done ASAP. And doing my makeup at midnight and staying up till 2, taking the photos. Granted, I think a half hour of my night last night was trying to wash the eyeliner off. The eyeliner that I've been stuck using lately it could last through a nuclear war. Like, I could have been in Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius couldn't even remove the eyeliner from my face. Ooh, an art show. My mom has tried to get me to have some things, to like create some things and bring them to the booth. And like that would be beneficial for me. I could make some money. But I can never bring myself to create stock. I can only ever bring myself to complete commissions that are directly asked of me. And she's not like trying to make any money off of what I would be selling. I think she just wanted some variation at her booth and like something to get people walking up and not just seeing cups, maybe. I don't like that, so I'm going to take this out and put 2 smaller beads. I also had a local coffee shop in Bay Mills. They're actually not open anymore, so I guess it's okay that I didn't actually do what they asked me. But they were open for a long time. Like, I was in high school when they opened, and I'm going to be 35 soon. kind of wild that they just closed like a few months ago. But they're on the res and they like to sell different items and things. They have some like beadwork and other like jewelry and baskets and just like whatever native art there is out there. They like to buy some and sell it. And they asked me if I would make some for them to sell in their shop, and I just told them like, you know, sure, but like no guarantee. And yeah, I never worked on it. I have a tough time making a bunch of items. I do have like 2 or 3 ribbon skirts just laying around though, waiting to be sold. They were created with the intention of being sold. An art crawl? Like pub crawl, but art? I love that. That reminds me of like art districts in cities. I just happened to find myself, well, my partner and I, we traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina a few years ago. And we just so happened to find ourselves in the art district. I didn't even know Charlotte, North Carolina had a cool art district. We're just like, yo, this is really cool. There's a lot of like cool murals around, and there were people that had tables on the side of the like on the sidewalk. And we actually bought a few things. I got a magnet, and then oh, let me show this. It's right over here. I ended up picking this up for my partner. It's just a 3D print thing, but this is the artist's theme. In fact, after I bought it, we went into another shop, and it was like an art shop. They actually had a brick and mortar rental that they were selling art in. And the cashier seen me holding this, and she was like, "Oh, my life is dope. I love him." So like they're known. I believe he did paintings and stuff, because I got the magnet from him too, and it was just a small like magnet rendition of one of his paintings. It was so cool. I have a big magnet thing. Whenever I travel, I get a magnet from there. I have to, and my fridge is covered in magnets of places that I've been and that my loved ones have been. Like some of my friends, they know when they go somewhere, they have to get me a magnet. So because of that, the most interesting magnet I have in that sense is I have a Dubai magnet because my friend went to Dubai. I feel like the music might be a little quiet today. Turn it up a bit. If I can at least tie in making things for the YouTube, that might help creating like stock for my mom to include in her booth or something. In fact, the few ribbon skirts that I have that were made with intention to sell, they were also made for like a new ribbon skirt instruction video. I was trying to make a video that was like really fleshed out, everything you need to know, whether you're beginner or advanced or whatever. But when I was filming the video, it just came at a very bad time because I needed to move house. So it didn't get finished, and enough time had passed where I didn't understand like what footage was for what, and yeah, I just scrapped the whole thing. Cable Hayward Area Arts Council. Can I just copy a message? Does it let me do that? No. Cable Hayward Arts Council. Art crawl. Oh wow. Ooh, that necklace is nice. We went to Colorado last August. We went to Denver and then we went to Estes Park. And Estes Park had a really cool, like, I don't know what to call it. It was like a little art show going on while we were there. It was just good timing, I guess. A lot of cool stuff there. I didn't get a lot just because money, but I did buy a hat. Paintings and some beadwork. So did one of your buddies get a booth and they're including you, or did you apply for a booth? The website says applications closed. Oh man, this candle, the scent is starting to kick and it smells so good. Oh dear, I'm struggling to hold the piece. Okay, this will have to work. Oh, you're a member. Wow. That's really dope. I love that. Whew. So this string is getting pretty short. I'm going to turn it into a tacking string. Oh dear, it fell out. Grr. Oh, it's really shredded too at the end. Hey, I'm on council. My mom was on council for a term and she really liked it. But she's kind of like a quietish and reserved person until you get to know her, of course. So she didn't end up, she did run again when her term ended, but ended up losing to like a more popular, like extroverted person, I guess. And like our tribe's website has all of the previous councils listed with their photos and stuff. And my mom's term is the one term that isn't listed. Officially finish this off and get a new stringing thread going. I'm trying to think of how to respond to a message I got on TikTok today. Side note, for the longest time, TikTok only allowed messages from friends, right? Like mutuals. Oh, I'll look that up. I'll look it up right now. Chimakwa Nibawi Arts. But yeah, I didn't want anybody that I wasn't friends with messaging me on TikTok because that's the freaking Wild West there. Nibawi. Nibawi. Alright, found them. Subscribed. I'll check out his content later. But TikTok, like every now and then, at least once a week, when I would sign in or like upload the app, it would ask me like if I would allow everybody to message me, and I would continuously say no. And now it's gotten like, now they do like the whole message request thing. So now you see notifications when somebody you're not friends with messages you, and I'm so pissed off about that. But the person who messaged me, they're not they're not a problem. But I do get a lot of messages by fake sugar daddies, and it just pisses me off to no end. At least on Instagram, you can't really see if somebody is sending you a message request, which can be problematic sometimes, but I really don't want to see people's messages on TikTok. There's just too much fuckery that goes on there. But a guy messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm kind of desperate. I've tried messaging you on other places and I haven't gotten a hold of you. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing an email or a message on like Instagram. Maybe he messaged my Twitter. I'm not sure. I haven't been on Twitter in a really long time. Because, well, you're still getting it, even though that was 2 years ago, because you're not on very much. So you haven't like given the app enough ammo, I guess, to reconfigure your algorithm. It can get reconfigured pretty quickly, usually. But the person, they said that they tried messaging me in other places, and this was just kind of like their last resort, and that they really need help with a pair of moccasins. They're like, I loved your video, and they said it was the best on YouTube. Don't know about that, honestly. I don't agree. And they're like, I'm just really struggling with the measurements. Can you help? And like the thing about it is, I could have sworn I said in the video that I struggle a lot with moccasins, and I want to say I titled it a vlog tutorial as well and not a tutorial, because I just wanted to make it known that like I'll show you what I'm doing, but it might not be right or accurate, and it might not be the best, and I might mess up, which I think even in that video with that specific pair of moccasins, I did mess up. They don't really fit my mom very well. The moccasins were for her. But he's like, if you could please just message me back and help me figure out the measurements for my moccasins. And I'm like, oh man, he sounds like, I don't like not being a help when somebody seems like they've searched high and low for help. I don't like being yet another door that's like slammed in their face, you know? But at the same time, I don't know if I can really help them that much. And I think I've made like one pair of moccasins since then. I'm just not a moccasin maker. I've made them. I will make them if I need to. That doesn't mean they're gonna come out good. This lo-fi hip-hop list has turned into some sort of, I would call this in the EDM genre more than the hip-hop. So I woke up to that message, and it's been kind of plaguing me all morning because I just feel bad. I want to be able to help them, but I don't know if I can. And the way I almost didn't even see the message, too, just because I get the fake sugar daddy messages so often that I just delete them with a quickness. Like, I hardly even read the first few words before I'm like, yep, no, bye. And I almost did the same thing to his message. Yeah, like they end up wearable. They do the job. But my moccasins, they don't usually fit right. There's always something funky. With the specific pair of moccasins that I made in that video, there was a little too much big toe. And my mom doesn't like to wear them because of that. I did go to a moccasin class before, a few years back. And I was super excited about it, and then I got there and the lady had just like pre-cut all the moccasins. The only thing she was teaching was how to put them together, so there wasn't any learning about how to like measure your foot and draft your own moccasin pattern, so that was kind of a bummer. That was mostly what I was looking forward to. So I'm gonna try and keep the same angle, although it would be probably more round right here than what it is. But I don't want the same angle as the D. Dang. 2 skinny beads doesn't fit there. At least I don't think. Let's see. Oh yeah, they do. All right. I was wrong. Yeah, it's hard to like really help without being right next to a person too when it comes to something like that. I've taught crafting whatever, like different things for a long time now and a lot of different people. And giving like verbal instructions or written instructions is never as efficient as showing them. And usually whenever I teach a class, like I'll get commissioned to teach like a ribbon skirt class every now and then. Or I've taught some other things too, but I usually like to provide both just because personally I tend to do well with both. But I like to have the written for after I've learned how to do something hands-on so that I can refer to it later when I try to do it again to just kind of refresh my memory. But a lot of the time when I'm like, okay, so you do this and then you do that, I'm like met with a blank stare, like deer in headlight. And then when I show them, they're like, oh, that makes sense. Okay. So there's just no being next to them. What's funny is I don't even really remember how to make moccasins, so I think I would need to watch my own video over again to learn how. I'm trying to remember if there's anything like that. I want to say I've had to watch one of my own videos before to remember how to make something. I just don't remember what it was. There's a lot of trying to find little beads to fit in this area. Yeah, I haven't fully decided. I have some ideas that I'm leaning towards though, at least with the color. The type of edging, I haven't decided yet. I think I want to do mostly black edging and sprinkle in some orange and green. Yeah, I should probably go for a thick one. I feel like this area just has a mind of its own. Like, to keep with the theme of having the background be this way, I would need the beads to be facing upright, like two side by side, but I don't think that would fit. It almost makes sense to fill them in going this way instead of this way. I don't know, let me see. Maybe I can just like lay a few down. See if they'll fit the way I want them to. Oh, maybe not, because that one is already like taking up all of the space and not filling up. Yeah, no, they have to go the way I don't want them to. That's fine. It's a tiny detail that I'm sure the recipient of this will not notice. So real quick, what I haven't shared yet is another little tip is whenever I want to finish off a thread, I like to drive the needle up and back through the material, just to make that make sense. Right now, like this thread is tacking on the beads. I pull it through. Instead of just cutting it and like tying it off, I like to come back up and then just back down again. Not necessarily tacking anything down, just doing that with the thread. And I think that just provides some extra stability for the work, so that when you go to like cut the thread and burn or tie it off, it doesn't let the bead loosen at all. So the same thing I'm going to do with this one. I just tacked down in between the two last beads. So that thread doesn't loosen at all and become visible, I'm going to bring the needle back up, just anywhere, doesn't matter where, and send it back down. Now when I take the needle off, cut the thread, burn it, nothing's going to loosen or move. I'm hoping I got that in frame. If not, I'll be happy to show it again. All right, so there is a section finished. I think I'm gonna work on this one next and save this one for last because this one looks like it's gonna be a little tricky. So yeah, I'm going over here. Going over here now. It's already gonna, looks like it's already gonna start off with a sideways bead. There's still makeup on my nail. Like, I cannot get it off. I've been washing my hands, I did dishes, noticed it was still on my thumb, tried scraping it off, and I thought I got it. It's that non-destructible or indestructible eyeliner. That's what it is. It's from NYX or NYX. And they have a few different eyeliners, but the one I'm talking about, oh, what's it called? It's not any of the pens. It's the kind that's like a brush in a pot. This music makes me want to go to a beach. I like this rogue pink bead that's in here. It's been here since I made my regalia in like 2019. It's just been displaced from its family in the black beads ever since then. Yes, epic wear. Does not come off. I still have some stuck to my face. It's stuck to, there's a little bit on my nail. It's a little bit on my finger right here too. And I've like done the dishes. Never mind washing my hands. I did the dishes and it's still on me. It's good eyeliner for like a night out though. You know it ain't gonna move. But sometimes when something's it can be a little too good because then you can't get it off. I have some of the micellar water. It's that Garnier kind. I'll have to try that next. I don't use it very often. I usually only use my micellar water if I need to like clean something up. Like if I mess up drawing on my eyebrows a little bit, then I'll put some on a Q-tip and clean up. Otherwise, I've been using like makeup wipes, and yeah, I'll like hold the wipe on my face and really let the solution like soak through the makeup. But knowing that that specific eyeliner has been a pain for me to get off, I busted out my face wash last night and like washed my face and it still didn't come out. But I can, yeah, it's definitely, it does not move. So it would be really good for powwows, for some sweaty, hot powwows. if I'm gonna keep using it, I'm definitely gonna have to change up how I remove my makeup. I did hear that an oil-based cleanser works. I don't really know how to find one that's like that though. I can look it up, I just haven't done it. Just haven't put the research in yet. I've just been dealing with it. And the only reason I'm using it is because typically, like usually I use the NYX pen. And I really like the NYX pens because unlike most eyeliner pens on the market, it doesn't have a felt tip, it actually has a brush tip. I don't like felt tip eyeliners because the felt tip, it always dries up on me. And the felt also kind of gets, every time I've used a felt tip, the felt gets a little messed up over time. It like loses its sharpness, and yeah, I brush all the way. But the last 2 pens that I've bought dried up like immediately. I thought the first one just maybe had an issue, so I went and bought another one, and yeah,